remember he had a gun in his hand.
Yeah, I just remember he had a gun in his hand.
Get it? Text a message, I don't know the number.
What if I told you one of hip-hop's biggest stars could lose everything over a single gunshot? A$AP Rocky is facing 24 years in prison for allegedly firing at his former friend, but the case isn't as clear-cut as it seems. Surveillance footage is grainy, key evidence is missing, and the defense claims the gun wasn't even real. Is this justice or a setup? Stay tuned, because this trial could change everything.
I came, I saw, I praise the Lord and break the law. I take.
And it looks like his friend, the alleged victim in the incident, will be testifying against him.
Terrell, Terrell, EPHROM.
The second person who you see, who is instantly confrontational with Mr. Efron, is the defendant, Mr. Mayers. You see on the video that Mr. Mayers is immediately aggressive towards Mr. Efron. He's pulling at Mr. Efron's sweatshirt and he's pushing Mr. Efron backward and pushes him off camera, out of camera view. The third person that you see, as I told you, is Elijah Ulanger, who also goes by A$AP Ills, or he might just be referred to as Ills throughout this. If you look closely, you can actually see his stage name embroidered on the jacket that he's wearing there. And what he attempts to do is to de-escalate this situation, to get between the two men and to physically separate them. And you'll see that all three of them go off screen for a period of time. Mr. Efron will tell you that during the period of time that they are off screen is when the defendant first produces that semi-automatic pistol from his waistband. He pulls it out of his waistband and he's holding it to Mr. Efron. Mr. Efron will tell you that the defendant pointed the gun at his chest. When Mr. Mayers comes back on screen, you can see the gun in his hand. You will hear that that gun that he's holding is a semi-automatic pistol, or has features that are consistent with a semi-automatic pistol. Right now, as he's paused on the screen, you can see that he's holding that gun behind his back. But you will also see the gun come forward in front of his body before he ultimately tucks it back into his waistband. This is the location number 2, where the camera, the video that actually captured that shooting was. You can see the cameras at the very top corner of the building, and it's about 3 properties away from the location that we're seeing. So again, the video is captured at a distance. It's a admittedly grainy video. It's not the most clear that you could possibly have, but it captures enough features that you can identify who is who when you watch this video. I mean, you can see just from Mr. Mayer's facial features that he's the one wearing all black. You can see from his facial features compared to the video from the parking structure. And then, as I said, the various features of his clothing, the rhinestones on the hood of his sweatshirt in both videos, and the design, the rhinestone design on the chest of his sweatshirt at both videos. And taking all the videos in their totality and comparing them is how you'll be able to decide on the video who is who. Now, the evidence in this case will be that the man in the black sweatshirt was the defendant, Rakeem Myers. That evidence will be uncontradicted.
A$AP Rocky, born Rakeem Mayers, is currently on trial in Los Angeles, facing 2 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm. The charges stem from a November 2021 incident in Hollywood, where he allegedly fired a gun at his former friend and fellow ASAP mob member, Terrell Efron, known as A AP Relli. If convicted, Rocky could face up to 24 years in prison. The trial commenced on January 21, 2025, with jury selection. Prosecutors have presented surveillance footage that they argue shows Rocky firing at Efron. However, the actual shooting was not captured on video, making Efron's testimony pivotal. Efron testified that during an argument, Rocky pulled a gun from his waistband, fired a shot that grazed Efron's hand, and then fled the scene. He described the experience as surreal, likening it to a movie scene. Rocky's defense attorney, Joe Tacopina, contends that the firearm in question was a prop or starter pistol loaded with blanks, intended for use in a music video. He argues that Efron was aware of this and is fabricating the story to seek financial gain. The defense also highlights the absence of forensic evidence, such as shell casings or fingerprints, to support the prosecution's claims. The trial has garnered significant public attention, partly due to Rocky's high-profile relationship with singer Rihanna, with whom he shares 2 young children. Rihanna made her first court appearance during Efron's testimony, sitting alongside Rocky's family. As the trial progresses, the defense aims to challenge Efron's credibility and emphasize the lack of concrete evidence, while the prosecution relies heavily on Efron's account of the events. The outcome remains uncertain, with Rocky's future hanging in the balance. Was offered a 2-year sentence, which he rejected. Hopefully his lawyers aren't looking for a money grab in agreeing to take this to trial, because if he doesn't win it, the consequences are heavy. Turn on notifications because this is going to be interesting.
See there?
Yeah, that's my hoodie.
Is that the same hoodie that you were wearing that day?
Yes, it is.
And is that the back of the hoodie?
Yes.
And then 16B, do you recognize that?
Yeah, it's in front of my hoodie.
Same one you were wearing that day?
Yes.
And then 16C,
Yes, my sweatpants.
same one you were wearing that day?
Yes.
Okay. So your sweatshirt or hoodie had that graphic on the back, correct?
Yeah, yes.
Let's go back to the video. If I can remember where we left off. So you, well, my video. You're saying that you were upset that he grabbed you by the collar, but then he produced the gun with his from his waistband, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do you remember which hand he was holding the gun in? His left or his right?
Probably is right.
Do you remember? Or?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, you just remember he had a gun in his hand.
Yeah, just when we got a gun into him.
Did
Fake
you,
homies do, turn to fake phony dudes. Let me find out that you phony too. Yeah, fake homies do, turn to fake.
When you first met him, was he a well-known famous rapper?
No.
I want to jump ahead to November 6th, 2021, the date of this incident.